the vintage Carrier Royals 23 channels, 2-type CB.
Yeah, I see it, 833. It's got 2 prongs in the bottom and 2 prongs at the top. There looks like 2 tubes made in one. What was that radio you was talking about there? Say, saw blade?
It is a vintage Courier Royal 23 channel 2-type CB.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. As one of them was in there for $19, but looked like somebody burned up the back of it, and then they got one in like $199.
Yeah, it's kind of got that same color purple that Crown Royal has.
Yeah, they had a bag that covered it up that said it was a purple bag that covered it up, and that's what it came with. That cover was, I had that on it.
10-4.
Getting to be close to that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and do it in just a second.
I'm gonna sneak in my bonus material.
Expensive oldie right there. Browning Golden Eagle Mark III CB station, $550.
Got 6 of them.
Oh shoot.
I got one, but I got a deal on mine. I think I got mine for, let me think, $235 plus shipping. I had to do a little repair work on it, but it was worth it.
It looks pretty fancy. I don't know about $550 fancy, but you know.
I'd go $300 on one if it was, you know, mint condition. But I already got one, so I got a good deal on mine. $235. I got it home, and it worked for about an hour, 30 minutes, and one of the rectifiers shorted out, and I had to fix it. But I had it back on the air in no time.
And this one looks like it looks like it's got 2 boxes on it. It looks like the CB's sitting on top of another box or something.
Yeah, there's 2 separate boxes with a control cable. One's the transmitter, one's the receiver.
Oh shoot, 10-4.
The transmitter is crystal controlled, and the receiver is like a variable receive, like when you're tuning an AM radio in your car. That was expensive radio back in the day. It was like $700 back in the 1970s when they were new. That'd probably be over $2,000 now if you switched it to today's prices. All right, 21, you ready to do old radio night?
You go ahead. I gotta get mine. Something's wrong with my camera here. It's not picking up right. Let me have to do something here. Hank, go ahead.
Well, I hate to start it without you.
Give me just a minute.
All right. For those already watching, we're going to have some old Johnsons in here tonight. Waiting on 21 to get his video ready to go.
Roger.
When'd you go get coffee?
When? Just a couple minutes ago.
Get your coffee.
Coffee?
You sound like White Dog there. Coffee.
Like too tall up there in Maine, too tall.
Yeah.
Let's see if Rayovac's going to check in. He'll get a kick out of that. Alright, we're at 8:04. I'm going to go ahead and start 21, hopefully get his going. Night Ranger starting old radio night on this January 12th of 2019. Wow, 2019. And I'm back with my realistic TRC-422a and my repaired power supply, which went kaput last time, right in the middle of the video gate. And for those that were tuned in last time, it was the rectifier shorted out. So I replaced it with this. Here, let me get the video camera up on my camera so I can see if it's in focus or not. I used what I had lying around, and I picked these up several years ago at a ham fest. They had them cheap. Let's see if the camera will focus. And it looks like it's being stubborn, doesn't want to focus. But anyway, this is a 600 volt 10 amp bridge rectifier that I installed in a 12 volt 2.5 amp power supply. So I don't think it's going to blow this bridge rectifier anytime soon. And running the DNA Maverick, a D104, and then my homemade wire J pole about 90 feet in the air. All right, Eliminator, go ahead. What are you talking about?
Yes, sir. I'm talking on an old Messenger 250, 50th edition. Yeah, and the old
D104, the old 8 stand, and that's pushing up there the old Mako 300. Now, the old antenna I got in at the antique, that's brand new serial, and that's what I got tonight.
Yeah, and that's a 1975 or 6 radio. I can't remember which was 75 or 76, but that's about the time frame that radio came out.
Yeah. That's got the old kind of transistors and stuff like that into it, the metal capped ones and...
Yep, this radio came out somewhere around 1978 or 79, and I think they had it up to about 1981 or 82. Then they replaced it with a 421, which I thought was kind of ugly. It was more or less the same radio. I don't know why they decided to change the faceplate. This version was much better looking, but that's what they did. All right, 21, what you talking on over there? You still working on your video?
Yeah, for some reason it don't want to work here. For some reason I could get a picture on it a while ago. It says going live. I've got a Johnson Messenger 124. Got from off of eBay from Big Deal 12428. He's up in Pennsylvania, and he goes by the Keystone Boss there. This is a real nice radio here. Really appreciate him giving me a good deal on it. I got a D104 that I happened to find that it worked on an older D104, but I'm still having a problem with this thing here picking up the video. So anyway, that's what I'm talking on with a shockwave antenna about 100 foot to the bottom, and I'm standing by.
Yeah, as we said before, when you got that antenna so high up in the air that when the moon passes over directly right above, it hesitates for a minute over top of your antenna, and then you can hear it go, and then the moon starts moving again.
10-4. Yeah, give people a chance to get mooned.
Yeah, no, those pictures they see people draw, you know, it's got like the moon with a smile and a face on it. When it goes through, after it passes over your antenna, it's got like a bandage over one eye.
Right. All right, well, I'm going to stand by and see if I can get this thing to go.
Well, you know, Windows, reboot and try again. If at first it don't exceed, what is it they said on Those Who Know what the IT Crowd is? That's a British TV show about tech support. They always, when people call up, all they ever say is, "Did you try turning it on and off again? Is it plugged up?" Okay, Tom Blade, what are you talking on?
Oh, I'm talking on a DX55V Galaxy. I'm not sure of the year of the radio. I believe I'm also talking on an Amtron antenna, and to the top of the antenna is about 63 foot in the air.
And you definitely got some background modulation there. Somebody's competing with you.
Yeah, 10-4.
All right, crazy man, are you still in here? Uh-oh, I have to get the crazy man caller out. Let me find it. Crazy man caller. There's my crazy man caller.
Crazy man.
If he's around, he'll answer that when I do that. When I do that squeak. If he doesn't respond to that, you know he's not sitting in front of the radio. All right, there's crazy man.
Okay, I'm hooking up that Range Rover, the 2985 DX radio base with D04 upper lower side. That next channel is 40, and I'm running off the top of that fiberglass stick in the tree, around 70 feet. I got my bullfrog and 2 ducks waiting on somebody to come up to them and try to shoot them, or the bullfrog get them.
That sounds good.
Yeah, call me 116, we're back out.
987, you still around? Oh, I hear. Was that you, 987, with your squeaky toy? What are you talking on, 987? Okay, and for those of you who are listening on the video gate, he's about 30-something miles away down there in Johns Island, which is a real low-lying area next to the ocean. So if global warming keeps on and the ocean level keeps rising, he might have to move down there. All right, who else we got in here? Anybody else checking in for old radio night? That's a monster antenna for sure.
Yeah, we kind of like it. It's got a small space that it can operate in, with 6 elements. It maxes out at around 20-foot boom on it.
Oh, for 6 elements, that's not too bad. Yeah, some of those things. I've seen. I think about the biggest one I've seen. I can't remember if it was 8 or 10 elements, but that thing. This guy had one in Rock Hill that was huge, and it was longer than his house.
Yeah, that would be. Mako, only offers 6 elements, but there's a bunch of guys I see them on YouTube. They expand those things out. And I don't know where they get the measurements from, but they're able to figure it out, and I think it works fine for them.
This was back in the one I saw him talking about. It was back in the 70s. I don't know what it was. Shooting Star, Wilson. I don't know what that thing was, but it was back in about 1975 when I saw that thing. And it was, sure enough, it was longer than that man's house. It was huge.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of that. But I know those Mako. Those laser 500s. Them cat things. Those deals are long too.
If I ever put up a beam, I think the biggest I'd go with would just be about a 5 element. I mean, the big antennas are impressive, but you watch the guys that put the super big antennas up. They go up and they kick butt, and then here comes a windstorm along and tears up.
Yeah, right. And that's what I like about the good Machi. 6 elements, and you can get that within 20 feet. You got a real low, pretty good wind tolerance, and it don't weigh anything. So, but so far, so good, right?
Yeah, I know if most people have seen Motor Mouth Molly. He had that big 80, 90-foot tall long antenna. It was a monster. And, yeah, he was kicking ass, but the wind came along and tore it up, and then he had to build another one.
Yeah, that's right. That's like them boys down there in the blue waters around Barbados there. They had those things called street sweepers. Those things are 35, 40 feet there, right?
Yeah, that's what I like about my homemade wire antennas. They work real good, but when a storm comes around, they just flop up and down, and even if a rope breaks, it didn't take me any time at all to fix it. That J-pole first J-pole I put up, that lasted several years, and finally it broke because I did something wrong, trying to mess with it. But that thing survived the hurricanes and tropical storms. It just swing back and forth in the breeze. Yeah, it's not actually a dipole, it's a J-pole. It's an end-fed wire. But yeah, I've talked from Waycross, Georgia with it, all the way up to Winston-Salem with it, and as far as ground wave. And it's at 90 feet, and then skip-wise, I've talked from the United Kingdom over to California with it. So no complaints for just a half-wave end-fed vertical hanging up in the air from a tree limb.
Damn right, I think that's transmitting. I think that's talking.
Hey, I'm trying to look it up, but What year did this DX55V come out in?
I don't know. I'm not a big Galaxy. I'm not that knowledgeable on those. Maybe 21 knows. 21, when did that Galaxy come out? Do you know?
55V.
Yep.
It's in the late 90s, I think, because, you know, it had to be the later 90s there.
10-4. Evening time, gentlemen.
Hey, come on in, red light.
Yeah, I just gonna jump in there and say top of the evening. Talking on little mud deck 2517 here. I'm on the serial 4 element now. It's a pretty good little you know, beam. Doesn't have the best ears, but like you said, it's only about a 15-foot boom or so on it. So, but yeah, the little antenna works pretty good for me.
I hear a bunch of people talking on a mountain skip, so they definitely work.
I guess my big mouth is what gets it out. I can't just, I don't know, like I said, the ears ain't the best, does it seem like? Get in there, Sheriff. I'll go for the big mouth. That part I know works. Evening time, Mr. Audio Man. Top of the evening, Mr. 987.
Yeah, hello there, red light. I just finally got this thing going here, man. Sorry about that. I don't know. Something was wrong with my cotton picking computer or something. I had to unplug and replug everything back in there.
Yeah, 10-4, evening time, Mr. 21. I knew you'd figure it out. I had faith in you the whole time.
Oh, I know it, man. I knew you were you know, had my back, and that's what made it all worthwhile, man.
Good evening, 987. Hey, Night Ranger, who'd you say the gentleman was over here by us?
Night Ranger over there.
That isn't an eliminator, is it?
Yeah, that's Saw Blade over there, kitty corner from you.
Oh, okay. I got you. I just seen there was a new radio there with top of the evening, Saw Blade, eliminator.
Red Light, how you doing tonight?
Man, fine as frog here and twice asleep, buddy. What about you?
Yeah, things are going good over here. Having to dig the old radio out tonight, put the old 517 up by the shelf there for a minute, and got the old messenger out.
Well, it sounds good. It's delivering the mail, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. Got a little bit of help up there on the shelf.
Yeah, we all need that, that's for sure.
Hello, 15-4. I was just trying to get this thing going, man.
Yeah, I know. I can hear you back there working. Fiddling with that screwdriver. Get even to you, 21.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to who I got this radio from there. I got it from, let's see, the Keystone Boss there up in Pennsylvania there, Roger.
Yeah, right, you on the Keystone Boss.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, he's on eBay as Big Deal 12428 or 12428 there, and yeah, he's got some other radios on there. I got two of them from him. I got this Johnson Messenger 124. This is the first transistor-based radio that they had out. It's basically looks like almost like a 122. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like the tube-based radio that was just out before it. And then the next one was the 50th anniversary one, like Mr. T's got over there. But anyway, yeah, I got a D104 on it that I found. It was hooked to something else that worked. And this radio here, the mic hooks up on the back. So that's a little different there too. All right, well that's what I'm doing over here. So I'm back out.
Right, 21, it sounds like that's got some tubes in it. I could hear it in the doggone audio.
Yeah, it's I've got a 124M, just like it, except the M, it doesn't work exactly right. I hadn't figured out why, but when I saw this one, I said, well, I got a lot of the Johnson radios from all the way from the first one to, I don't think do I have the last one? I don't know what the last one was. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to get this one here. But the 124M looks just like it, except it's got another slide switch on the front to where it'll scan and scan channels and all for channel 9.
Yeah, right. Have you ever talked to 2.6s and 2.9s coming out of Jersey?
Oh yeah, I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, he's a big messenger fan. He loves those things.
Oh yeah, he said he's got a big Johnson there, Roger.
That's what he said. I'll take his word for it.
10-4, I don't know myself there, but like you say, all right, there, 15-4, making a good trip over here tonight. I had a good copy on 987 earlier tonight. Shoot, I had about 5 pounds on him. And then when we started over radio night, I can barely hear him in there. I don't know. Anyway, okay. Well, maybe if you can get him out there, you can 10-5 for him or help me hear him. I appreciate it. I'm back out.
That's right. Knowing him, he's swapping radios again. They're 15-4. Hey, get in to you, crazy man. Get in to you. How are you going to try that 987? At 987, you got a radio quick. Okay, you say you ain't so with the radios? We got a good grip on you. I tried to spike the mic a little bit earlier when you were talking while red light was in there. We wanted to say good evening to you. That's right.
Well, I got you now, 987. I had to turn the tune. This one's got a Delta tune on it. I had to turn the Delta tune a little bit to get you in there, but I got you in there now. Roger. All right. You still hear me over there? Roger. Well, one time earlier you said you had 9 dB on you, but now you got to have a preamp on to hear me. Roger, on me in the red there. All right, well, did you ever get that antenna from Crazy Man? Hey, 410, well, you said you need some more pipe? Well, good. He knows what you're going to do with it, Dan. That's good. He won't mind. Oh, how many you got up? Yeah, Roger. What does it bother him for? Okay. Well, anyway, I got a piece of pipe over here. It's not not no little thin stuff either, so I'm not going to need it. I think it's about, shoot, let's see, 12, maybe 15 feet long. I think it's 1.25 inches. Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's heavy duty. It's not no thin wall like on top of like a lot of people like to use on top of a chain link fence. This is the real stuff there, and so I won't be needing it there. You have it.
If you don't never get that boy thinking, do you? All of us could be in trouble.
Yeah, crazy man seen it now when I got it. Remember that one over there?
Yeah, port down.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I won't be doing a whole lot if it's pouring down rain. Maybe that'd be a good time. You're going to have a truck or something to tie this thing on the top or something, right? Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if you got a pipe rack or they always take and put a towel up on top of the cab and, you know, put it up there that way like you're going to take off on a rocket or something, you know?
You could tie it on the side of the car and let it stick out front like you're going to joust somebody.
Yeah, well, if you got a camper shell, we can tie it on there. Yeah, you can get that antenna, I guess, from Crazy Man, and I don't know if he had a piece of pipe for you or not. He fell out now, Crazy Man. No, Crazy Man.
I hear you. Sometimes he be quiet the next few minutes. I think he'd stop and think what he could say.
Yeah, I'd say, did you have any more? Did you have a piece of pipe for him?
Yeah, that's a short piece. I think it's 7, 8 feet.
Okay, and the antenna and all like that.
Yeah, I got the antenna sitting in the back room.
All right, okay. All right, well, sound like a plan then. If he comes tomorrow, we'll get together, and then I'll give him the pipe I got, and you can lay some pipe on him over there.
Yeah, port down.
He's going to lay some pipe on you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Better come get it soon. My roommate better learn how to pick my damn lock on my door going to the bedroom.
This pipe's going to rust.
No, it ain't.
Hey, red light.
Yes, sir.
He's going to lay some pipe. I heard you laying pipe over there. Dang.
Doggone mud.
That's the rectifier that I put in there that last week when it blew. This is a 600 volt 10 amp rectifier that I had 4 of them that I got cheap. So I don't think this power size is going to blow this one, although the series pass transistor may go, but this is definitely overkill. But that's what I had lying around, so that's what I used.
Yep. 15-4 gets mad at you when you say stuff like that.
Like what?
I don't know. What you was getting ready to say?
Nah. I get along with everybody. I do. Except my lady next door, sometimes I get in her. You start pressing at me, so there we go again. I'm going home.
You messing with her Oprah and her Jerry Springer.
Yeah, 2 old married people, you know?
Yeah, it's all that pipe.
One wants pipe, one can't get pipe.
Right down.
Yeah, she gets mad when she's been watching Maury Povich all day, and they finally get to the part where they find out whether he's the father or not, and then Crazy Man keys up, wipes her TV out.
Nope. She got a better TV than I have. She got cable. Some kind of cable she got and can't wipe her out.
Better watch your pipe laying movies.
I wouldn't touch that 25-foot pole. It looks like Popeye.
Yeah, Crazy, you blind now, ain't you?
No, for long. 25th this month, might go and talk to the doctor about it and get both of them get cleared out and get all these rocks hanging out of my ass.
Better get rid of all the mirrors at your house.
What mirrors?
One in your bathroom and all.
Oh, I got a blanket over that, and I can't see that other damn guy in that mirror for me.
I do.
I went to sleep at the same time.
I did move off there for a second while he was talking a minute ago.
So as though?
I've been up early this morning and tried to get some of the more tree rats this morning.
Oh, no.
I'm stuck on eBay right now looking at them old radios.
I'm about old radioed out. I was looking at the, there was one of them from the 80s that Crazy Ken used to have, and it was like $130 for one out in California. It was in pretty good condition, but I was like, you don't need another radio, you don't need it.
I tell you the radio I like of all of them I've got, and that's the Tram Titan 2. It looks industrial-like. It looks like a DAC, but it's older school, like you know. And I mean, it looks like a heavy-duty industrial radio, and it's got a meter on there. There's no meter any better than that one. I mean, the meter will go to 60 dB.
It's got some pretty serious audio. You just put a straight unamplified D1F4 on that thing, and it's still got a ton of audio on it.
Yeah, you got to get the one that's got the right tube in it. One of them has got a smaller modulation tube in it. I don't know what model it is, or it's a Titan 2, I know that. But you can put that other tube in there, but some of them came with the smaller audio tube. So you can either modify it or it's already done at a later model there.
Well, that was Panama Red's favorite radio, and it did sound good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I seen a DAC radio in there, but they wanted an arm and a leg for that thing.
Yeah. They're kind of hard to deal with, those radios. You know, I got quite a few of them. I don't even want to say, but anyway, they're kind of quirky. The only thing about the Tram Titan 2A is that there's only like maybe one or two people that could do it, and that's to, you know, get it to where it can have extra channels and stuff, and it's not worth it to do it, and just best leave it alone. And, you know, if you want to talk on a radio that's got more than 23 channels, then hook that radio up and talk on it. You know, just I don't see the point in modifying a radio whenever you got other ones that'll do it, and just leave that alone, you know.
Yup.
I got to put a light in the meter and a channel on this radio here. It keys up and it's got a big red Johnson Viking, you know, the profile there, and it all turns to not red there, and that's pretty. But I need to put some lights in the meter.
You gonna put some rotating lights? Was that your Galaxy that you got the color changing lights on?
No. You can ask 987 about this. He bought a radio from 44, and when those things first came out, I put those lights in his, and he bought them. I found them on eBay, and he bought them, but I didn't realize they were flashing lights, and I was almost getting to have a epileptic seizure over here, which I don't have it, but that thing was flashing all colors and all. So God Almighty, man, I couldn't. But anyway, he sold it to 987, and I think 987 sold it. Remember 987?
Yeah, is that guy way out in the background in Janes Island? John's
Yeah, 410. Yeah, the ones I got's called Slow Fade. I've got some more of them there, but I'm not putting them in there. I don't know. I might. Do you like them there, Night Ranger?
Well, I usually put things back as close to the stock as whatever it came. That's usually, just the way I do it. Unless there's something about the stock that I don't like.
Yeah, well, Roger. Well, I thought if you liked it so much, I would go ahead and put them in just for you there.
You can get one where you key down, it does a strobe light, and then you can put the little revolving crystal ball in front of the radio and have the little sparkles spinning around and around on the face of your radio.
Yeah.
You play some disco music lightly in the background. Put a what was that song that one of those Saturday Night Live Saturday Night Fever songs?
10-4.
Yeah, Disco Inferno. That's the one I was thinking about.
I got those slow fading lights, my 139 XLR, and I got those on right now, and I actually like it. Get a little bit of change, but it's not crazy or hectic or anything like that, on your eye, everything is so nice, cool, flow to it, and works pretty darn good.
Yeah, Roger. Well, if you look at last week's video, that's what I had on. I got the Galaxy Saturn and that big external S-meter MD4. It's got it in it too. I put them in there. It had a real nice warm lime-colored green light in it when I first. That's what they come with. Kind of like the Royce 642 I used to have. I like those real soft lights. But the problem with those dimming lights is that it's hard to see sometimes what the actual reading is. Kind of like, since my eyes have gotten a little bit older, I like that real bright, soft white that, I don't know, it's a bright LED, but it's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a whitish looking light. I can see that real good. I might put one of those in there. I hear you. All right, well, let me stand by a minute so them other fellows can get in there. What happened to Saw Blade?
I'm still here. I'm eating some eggs and bacon.
10-4, man, I tell you what, I had a egg omelet this morning. I didn't have any bacon. I had a ham, cut up some ham, and a bunch of shredded cheese, and oh, man, that was good there. I got to get some more bacon. Have you seen how that bacon's gone sky high?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous, man. We get that bacon, the right brand bacon, and man, that thing's like $10 a package or something.
That's absolutely ridiculous. See, way back, y'all rich people didn't eat that kind of stuff. Y'all didn't eat pig feet. Y'all didn't eat bacon. You didn't eat pork chops too much, and pigtails and neck bone. Now y'all eating up all that stuff and making the price go sky high.
Yeah, they got it crazy out there, I'll tell you that.
Y'all used to wouldn't eat that, then y'all didn't. Oh, man, that's pretty good. Next thing you know, can't even get any smoked neck bones anymore, pigtails, all gone.
I don't understand why bacon's so high. All they do is sit in the pan and eat and drink and shit, and I just don't understand why the price of bacon's so high. I really don't.
I don't know. Crazy man, do you know? We need the wall.
If the Federal Reserve keeps raising the interest rate, that should make prices start coming down. That's usually what happens. Interest rates creep up, it affects the supply of money, and prices start dropping. That's probably part of the reason why oil's been getting cheaper, gasoline.
Yeah, I can't complain about the gas getting cheaper.
Don't complain about it at all. I like it.
I think that's partly Saudi Arabia trying to get the media to shut up about that journalist they killed. They're like, all right, give them cheap gas prices, see if we can get them to shut up.
Yep. Everybody's forgot about that now because of the shutdown, though.
Yeah, there's just some people in the United States, they just don't understand when you go to the Middle East, that's a whole different world over there. You know, it's like going back 1,000, 2,000 years in a whole different civilization over there.
Yeah, I believe our mind frame over here, we're a little bit ahead of their time there.
Yeah, you give somebody in the United States a truck full of chlorine gas, you know, they go sell it to an industry and make money. You give them a tanker full of chlorine gas over there and they hook a bomb to it and pull it in the marketplace and see how many people they can kill with it.
I think that's the right thing to do at the time.
I think it's just a radical group. I know the people they're good people, you know, but they have this fringe group like we have them over here in this country too, you know. But they're the only ones that get the get on TV, and the certain groups use them to push their agenda. I better get out. Hey, I'm going to stop talking politics there. I apologize. I'm not supposed to be doing that.
I've gotten to where, you know, the media's gotten such, they lie so much and they're so liberal biased and Democrat biased. I don't even listen to them anymore. If I hear something dumb they say, I just roll my eyes.
Yeah, well, I told my wife, she's all, well, did you hear what this happened? Did you hear what that happened? And did you know, I said, look, there's nothing you can do about it. You're just getting all upset about nothing. And there's nothing that you're going to do. They don't even care if you live or die. You know, you're just making it hard on your own self. And that's all she's doing, you know. So she gets mad at me. Well, you don't care. What can I do? You know, I mean, there's nothing I can do. So I just want to try to do the best I can and take care of my family. And, you know, everybody let them do what they want to do. As long as they don't hurt me, I don't care what they do.
Well, just keep in mind, their number one priority on those news shows is not telling the truth. That's not their number one priority. Their number one priority is making money off ratings and advertising. So they try to get everybody all fired up and worried about something so they'll watch. And they say, look at all these people that are watching our shows, and then they charge for advertising dollars. That's number one priority. And if they just sit back and tell you nice, pleasant things all day long, you're not going to watch as much.
Amen to that. That's right.
Another thing is like whenever there's like a hurricane or something coming, man, they'll gin that thing up, and it's like it's dead, you know, it's like way out there, but they'll have it like coming straight here. I mean, they got it fixed a certain map to where Charleston is right there, dead into the thing, you know, it's like a V-shaped coming right in, you know. And then you go to Home Depot, and you got to go through a gauntlet when you walk in. You got to walk through batteries and flashlights and generators and all kind of stuff like that. And then, you know, to get in, you know, it's like, what do you call it, subliminal type stuff.
It was one of those networks where they were supposedly filming someplace where there was, you know, hurricane and flooding and all that. I can't remember which network. It was a major network. I don't remember which one. But it showed the guy standing there wearing these shorts and his umbrella and everything. And as he's talking, supposedly, you know, this unplanned event happens. This white pickup truck comes and drives into this flood water and starts kind of drifting off. And he's like, oh no. And he, you know, goes running off camera, supposedly to go rescue this guy in the truck, and they cut to the next scene, and he was wearing shorts in the first clip, and then when he runs off, and then they show him supposedly running the truck to go help, and now he's got on full-length pants.
Oh.
It's like, boy, that was the fastest change of clothes I ever saw.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll show them, they'll find a mud puddle to stand in, and then there's other people, you know, walking right behind him up on the hill, you know.
Yeah, one of these last hurricanes, they busted that one guy because he was standing there like he was leaning in the wind, like he was having trouble standing up, and in the background, a couple of teenagers were walking around like nothing was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they busted, was it Anderson Cooper? They showed him, but he was standing in all this real high water, and then somebody else took a picture with their cell phone, and he was standing in a ditch.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did y'all ever have any trains when you were growing up? Little trains there to play with?
Oh yeah, I haven't been able to find any lately.
Yeah, a guy that he's on the YouTube there, the Irish train guy, and he was just checking in over here. I go over to his channel and check him out there. He collects all kinds of trains and different things, so if you ever get a chance, go on YouTube and look up the Irish train guy there, if you like trains there.
I don't know if it's still there, but back in the 1980s when I was driving back and forth to college, around Waxhaw, North Carolina, there was a guy that had train tracks running around his yard, and he had like a little, you know, about a 3-foot train, you know, that he had in his yard, and you'd go by there and the train would be out running around his yard. He had his little miniature train and train track all around his yard.
Yeah, there used to be one in North Charleston that had one too. Where it was at, I don't remember, but he had one, and then the same guy, I believe, is the one that had the train that the Shriners used. He used to have that part in his yard. It was a pickup truck and make it look like a train. I don't know if they still have that or not.
Up at the Galleria Mall in Rock Hill, South Carolina, they got one that runs around the mall, but it's not actually train tracks. It's just got wheels, you know, but it looks like a train. It's just got regular wheels, and the little kids get in it, and the guy takes them for a ride up and down the mall.
I know when I was little, we had the trains, and then they had the tracks, and they had the metal rails, and you used to be able to control the speed of it and everything. And I swear I haven't been able to find one lately, and I don't know where to get one. Shoot, I don't even know if they make them anymore.
Just look on eBay. Just put on eBay trains, toy trains.
Tell you what, eBay's getting a lot of attention from me tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start paying you to watch them.
Yeah, 10-4.
Now you go off on some other website completely unrelated, and you'll see your eBay ads following you.
Yeah, they ought to pay me is what they ought to do.
You know, one of those places that tracks your site apparently was doing it by IP address, which was a mistake because I was at work, and they had multiple, for those non-computer people, you're about to get confused, but they had multiple non-routable IP addresses behind a firewall doing network address translation out to the internet, which basically means a bunch of people inside the office had one single IP address visible to the internet. Well, what it was doing, because it was tracking it by IP address, you could see what other people in the office had been looking at, because it would show you ads and stuff for things that you hadn't been looking at. But I discovered it because I knew there was a guy next to me in the next booth that was looking for that type of thing, and so I went to this website and here popped an ad for it, so I knew that's what it was doing.
10-4, how can you block your IP address whenever you check into a certain website? I mean, or whatever kind of place you're going at. How can you block your IP address?
Well, you can't directly, but you can go through something called a proxy. There's open proxies out on the internet, and you can relay. And if they're what's called a transparent proxy, it'll make you appear to be coming from somewhere you're not. But you can't do it directly from your own computer. You have to go through a proxy.
Okay.
Yeah, 10-4, they got that thing set up, man. You could be in the United States and make it look like you're from Russia, trying to do some funny business with your IP address.
Yeah, I've done that with the BBC. I try to watch a show on British Broadcasting, BBC in the United Kingdom, and it would say, "Oh, you're not allowed to watch this from where you are. It's only supposed to watch it in the UK." So I'd find an open proxy in the UK, the United Kingdom, and I'd relay, configure my browser to relay through it and trick the BBC into thinking I was inside the United Kingdom so I could watch their show.
10-4, that is correct.
Where I work, I won't give out the name, but they have a VPN, and apparently the IP address of VPN, Google thinks it's in India. So if I connect from here, to go to Google News, it shows me United States. But if I connect to that company's VPN and then go to Google News, it shows me all the stuff for India.
Yep, virtual private networking.
And that's a lot of people I work with, though, are over in India. They set a lot of that stuff up. When I get on the conference calls, I have to listen to a lot of people who talk like this, and they have big long names, and sometimes I do not know how to pronounce their name.
Yeah, I like messing with those people. A lot.
There's sometimes I get on the conference calls, and it's not uncommon that sometimes I'll be the only person in the United States on the call.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of those people, I mean, I don't have anything against anybody's race or anything like that, but whenever I'm having, I'd have a problem with something with a computer or something, I don't know what it'd be. I'd always get one of those Indian people, nothing wrong with them, but they have a sound that I seem like I can't get it into my head by the time they say something else, and as I get all the anxiety attack,
So like if I want to get on 21's nerves, I should talk to you like this. Hello, 21. Do you have your CB turned on?
Yeah, oh good God, not you again.
I've actually talked to them guys, and I said I wanted to talk to somebody that speaks American language, and then next thing I know, they're speaking American language, and slowly but surely they start slipping back into their native slang there.
I've talked to enough of them where I don't have any trouble understanding them, but every now and again some of their names come up, and I'm like, I have no idea how to say that. And a lot of people that I've worked with that are from, they're Asian, Japanese, or Chinese, or Korean. A lot of them will use an American first name. Some of them actually want to have an American name, and some of them I think maybe just don't want to listen to us, trip over their first name. Like there was a girl when I was doing contract work for IBM. Her first name was Hong Hong, and so she just went by Joyce.
Well, it's basically my fault because I'm not educated enough to deal with them. I mean, I have to give them credit. They're in there. They have their own native language, and they're having to speak in another language, and that, I have to give them that. But they're not. The thing it's not that I'm not intelligent. I know some languages. I can make out some different languages like German and maybe some. I know a lot of Yiddish stuff and some other Spanish, stuff like that, maybe to get by. But that other, what they just sing, like they're singing a song, it just gets on my nerves. And I'm not. By the time I'm calling them, I'm not in a good mood. I've got some kind of problem, and I don't want to mess around. When I got that problem like that with something that's really aggravating me, and I get one of those people is either they talk real low, and you can't hear them, and then I don't know. But it's something else. So you should be able to choose who talks to you, but of course that ain't gonna happen.
Well, they've outsourced so many call centers to India. Once the long distance calling charges, especially voice over IP, got cheap, but they could do that. So they outsourced the jobs in the United States to India, and which was of course good for India, bad for the United States. But that's what it is. If long distance was expensive, they wouldn't be doing that. But because it's dirt cheap to do voice over IP over the internet, yeah, a lot of call centers went to India.
Man, eBay's got all kinds of electric train sets here, man. I didn't know they had all of them on there.
The one accent I have a little trouble with is the Cockney accent in the United Kingdom. I mean, if I'm, listening to someone in the United Kingdom talk, I can understand this accent without too much trouble. A lot of them, they say, it's getting proper windy out there, something like that. But if you get the Cockney accent, which is really thick, that sometimes I have trouble with the Cockney accent.
Oh, yeah.
I remember talking to this woman in the UK, and she had that Cockney accent, and it was a three-way conversation between me and Pop in Venezuela. And it was an unusual subject matter, and she was trying to say, ask Pop, the guy in Venezuela, about the boa constrictor at the front gate. That's what she was trying to say. And she'd say, ask Pop about the boa constrictor at the front gate. And I was like, what? And she's like, ask Pop about the boa constrictor at the front gate.
Yeah, that's the kind on those horror movies, like with Vincent Price and all, that they're sneaking down an alleyway and like the Jack the Ripper gets one of those women talking like that,
Yeah, and it was interesting. I was listening to Fluffy Blanket over there in the United Kingdom on that SDR radio, that I did a couple of video gates on. And she's native to the United Kingdom, and she was talking to someone with a Cockney accent, and I heard her say to that person, I'm having trouble understanding what you're saying. So, I mean, that's bad when a native Londoner was having trouble with the Cockney accent. She's native to the United Kingdom. All right, the dog's over here poking me with her nose. Let me go let her out. I'll be right back.
All right, don't fall up the steps.
My fair lady.
Say again there, 15-4.
I was acting night rangers, that a Cockney accent and my fair lady that whatchamacall had.
Yeah, you have to come back. You got to be careful when he's letting the dog in and out. He fall up the steps.
Yeah, right.
I better falling down it.
Hey, Illuminator, you remember the name of the train and train tracks that y'all got us when we was little kids?
Yeah, right. No.
Shoot.
My brothers had Lionel. One was 11 years older than me, and one was 7 years older than me. And they were born in the 40s. And my dad had gotten them some trains, probably, but the ones that he got, they were probably from the 30s. They had the Lionel, and they had the one that would, you'd put, I don't know what kind of oil you'd put in there or something, and it would make a little bit of a smoke coming out of the smokestack. And I don't know whatever happened to them, but some of those things they want an arm and leg for them,
Yeah, they got some pricey ones on here, but they got some stuff on here, it's pretty reasonable.
Go ahead, break. All right, well, now, if you're coming over here tomorrow, you make sure you call me ahead of time now. Don't just show up and, give me a chance to get up. All right, okay, what time are you going to get up? Because I might not get up till about 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm still fighting this cold, man. I had to go back to the doctor again another day and get some more medicine there, so it's doing better now. They put me on another antibiotic that might be helping me there. So, all right, we'll be listening for your call tomorrow there, 987.
At night, 987, catch you later then. Be looking for you tomorrow.
Call Crazy Man too now.
What was that, 987's buying everybody breakfast tomorrow? Is that what I heard?
Get that. He can't bring nothing. He can't bring his body over here. What are you talking about? bad as that doggone roundabout. Always promise something, don't never succeed.
Don't get you some of them juicy chickens.
Yeah, they'd be rotten if daggone maggots could have it before I get it. Yeah, don't leave me no tax match. You can't read the daggone thing. My check is a bit later tomorrow. Last few days I've been having trouble with my phone here. Somebody next door got that rascal all messed up.
Oh, my thing just went out on the TV again.
No.
Yeah, I see that.
Crap.
Hey, where do I gotta go to get to that YouTube video? Is it live?
It was just a second ago, and I bumped the wire on there. Let me get it started again.
Alright, but where do I go to?
Go to Dirty Diaper 21, and it'll just Google that. Google Dirty Diaper 21. It'll say YouTube, and then get on there and look for live stream there.
10-4.
Back on again. Eliminator, you look. Did you see it?
Yeah, I got it. It's taking me somewhere else, so apparently I ain't caught it back up to you yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I bumped the wire over here. It might have been Cat 5 cable coming in. I don't know why that would be any problem, but anyway, I noticed it earlier when I had to try to type in the information for the old radio night there, and I moved the laptop, and poof, there went the picture. And I said, well, and they said, let's try to reconnect, but they never did get the thing back again. But it's on there now. Did you find it there, Sawblade?
Oh yeah, 10-4, Old Radio Night, 112-2019. Johnson Messenger, 124.
Yeah. Is it, do you see it moving right now? You see it red when I'm talking?
10-4, red light with Johnson on it.
And you can hear yourself on there too? You can type something on the side over there.
Yeah, I see it and I hear it, but down here at the same time.
Yeah. Well, just type something on there. Let's see. There, what's going on now? Paul Williams. I don't know. I just had trouble with it going in and out for some reason, so I had to restart it again there. Just old radio night. Anyway, yeah, type, if y'all would, you can type something in over there in the chat, live chat thing. Just say anything there. It don't matter. Okay, I'm back out.
It says chat is disabled for this live stream.
It might not be the right one. It might be the old one. It might be the first one. This is number 2.
Oh, shoot. All right.
The first one I had for quite a while, and I bumped one of the wires. I don't know what's going on with that, and then it went out. This one here has just started. It's only got a couple of minutes on it.
Got it. Says number 2.
Roger, roger. Okay. Well, if you see it right now, it's lit up red. I'm on key. There's red again. There's red again there, right?
10-4. Yeah, I can hear myself on there now.
Eagle out there in Oklahoma said it's sounding good there. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's real touchy. This Comcast, no, Spectrum, used to be Time Warner. It's still Time Warner. I don't know. Roadrunner, Internet. I've only got 1.7. It's the speed of upload. And it is real touchy, and I need about 10, but I'm not going to pay another $60 just to get the 10, you know. Where's Paul? What you talking about there, Paul? Sorry about what? Oh, about the connection problem? Yeah, that didn't... Hey, it is what it is, you know. Windstream, yeah. I don't know, I tell you, some of those guys have the satellite, Hughes network or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about them because they might sue me. But a lot of people have problems there with their internet. Goes in and out. When I first moved out here, built the place back here, I was 1,000 feet from the road. They wouldn't run it but 300 feet. And finally got them to, you know, they had that little bitty cable all over the neighborhood. I'm talking about that little small stuff running all over the place. Like it was a big house, but it was going to different houses, you know. And then they came through and ran the bigger stuff. And eventually, I got them to run the main line right back here. So I got main line right into within probably, 50 feet of my house, that big stuff. So I'm doing good on that. Butterbean, did you have any old call-in up there in North Carolina tonight? I'm talking to him on the radio. On Channel 14, they have that call-in prayer request and different states check in on about 9 o'clock. They're doing it probably right now up there in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And I've talked to them several times and got on the video gate, but you have to almost have a set of beams really to get them real good. Has to be real quiet to get them. It's like 280 miles away. But different states will call and check in from Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, all over the place there. It's pretty neat, but it's on Channel 14 is where they're at. That's all, Bleed. I got you.
10-4, yeah, I had to sign in and create my own channel and all kinds of stuff, but I'm in there now.
Well, that's good. You got your own channel there. You can start uploading some videos or any kind of thing there off your phone or little, short stuff and all like that. And shoot, that'll be great.
10-4. I've had a YouTube account for a long time, but I've never really signed into it to do anything with. I've just searched around and stuff with it, but yeah, I'll be starting doing something.
Right. Well, that's good. Well, I'll try to help you if you need any help on uploading something and stuff like that there. What on your computer, what is it? Windows 10, Windows 8, or what?
Oh, I got Windows 10 on a Microsoft Surface Pro.
Okay, Windows 10. All right, well, one of the good ones to get, and Windows 8, I think that was the last time. You can still get it, but I'd be careful of it and just check it out and make sure there's no thing hooked on with it when you get it. Is a Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker. You can use that and record on that and then upload it to YouTube. That way, if you're trying to do it on YouTube, sometimes it'll drop you, and then everything is lost there. I don't know what, it wasn't live, it's something else. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't live, it's another way to do it. I used to do that, but I lost so many of the good ones that way. So I started using Movie Maker, and then I'd already have it recorded. And then if YouTube would drop it, I could just start all over again, and I still had it. So I just wanted to tell you about that. With a Movie Maker, you can do all kind of things with your videos. You can add other pictures in there and all that kind of stuff. So that might be an option for you there.
10-4 for the price I paid for the Surface Pro 4, man. This thing should take me to the moon, but I don't think it's going to.
10-4. You might be like those Chinese people. They went on the back of the moon. That way we can't see them.
Yeah, 10-4, I heard about that. That was, a week or two ago, I do believe.
Yeah, what I don't understand is why don't we ever see any pictures of the stuff they left up there? All these things flying around the moon, taking pictures and all like that. Why don't they show the lander and the rover and the flag and all like that? Why don't we ever get to see that? How come with these high-powered telescopes that they have here that can see, Neptune and all, it look like they'd be able to see that on the moon up there, but I don't know why have you ever seen it?
Yeah, they can pick up planets from another solar system, but we can't see the flag that we planted on the moon here with these telescopes that we got now. Oh, no, I know exactly where you're coming from.
Just like to see, hey, how's that thing doing up there? Is it rusted up, or does it look like it was, or what happened? Did the flag get blown down whenever y'all took off, or, how's that rover doing up there? Is the tire still got the 6 pounds of pressure? What's going on?
I'd have to, if I'd have been up on the moon, I had to leave something behind just to blow somebody's mind. Right where your footprints are in the moon dust, leave a cigarette butt.
10-4. Well, when I'd have went up there, I'd have had 3 tracks in the moon.
What you do is you sneak great big, you know, great big cast Bigfoot footprints, you know, or great big bird, you know, bird prints, and then you got your sticks with the big bird prints, and or you put it out on your bottom of your shoes and you go walking across and leave like these big bird prints walking across the moon.
Yeah.
Hey, they got Yetis on the moon.
Yes, I mean, really, Night Ranger, why don't we get to see some pictures of they're flying all around the thing, taking pictures of it for a while. The Japanese or somebody was up there flying around the moon, you know, and they always have something going on. And then they had the Chinese people, they landed on the back of the moon. Now we can't see what they're doing. We don't know if they're up there or not. They say they're up there. And they're looking for water. They're looking for some water on the moon there.
If we ain't careful, them daggone Chinese people, man, they're going to have a whole station up there, and they're going to be going to Mars and all kinds of stuff. And us USA, we're just going to be stuck here, down here in our own little country here.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you know, they went up there in the 60s and what they find? A bunch of dirt and no life. So, I mean, you know, why spend a whole bunch of more money to go up and see a bunch of dirt and no life?
Well, as long as they don't get up there and start, you know, dropping bombs down on us, you know.
That's why Trump wants to go up there and make another, you know, the military in outer space now.
Well, I mean, you know, just think about what is on the moon that's worth going back for, and honestly, not much.
It's not what's on the moon, it's within the moon.
Yeah, but anything you might find there, look at the cost of what it takes to go get it and bring it back.
Well, if it was me, I'd be using the moon as a station to launch off from, just because of the gravity that's on the moon. There is hardly no gravity on the moon, so it wouldn't take nothing to launch off from the moon to go to another planet in our solar system. I'd use the moon as a jumping stone.
Yeah, but you still got to get all the cost of putting everything in the first place, which is rather exorbitant.
Stand for.
Hell, we can't even get a water bill.
You know, there's a lot of those conspiracy theory people. They show this one photo, you know, and it shows the guy standing there, and supposedly there's two shadows being cast. You know, and they try to claim that you know, where's this? What's the source of light for the second shadow? And I don't know if the photo's been doctored or not, but the people that say that haven't really thought it out. Because if you were standing on the surface of the moon and you're looking up, there would be two sources of light. The obvious one is the sun, and the second source of light is the earth. And the earth is considered, 2/3 of the earth's surface is covered with water, which is highly reflective. So, you know how bright the moon can be at night. Well, the earth's a lot bigger, plus it's covered with water for 2/3 of our surface. So, you know, the earth would be even brighter in the sky than the moon is for us when it's a full moon.
Agreed.
Gray Eagle said NASA's got it parked at Area 51. I used to stay up many nights listening to that Art Bell and those other guys, you know, about Area 51. Back then it was just, you know, they were denying it existed, and they were climbing up on other mountains trying to see the place. It's pretty interesting. I missed a lot of sleep over that.
Yeah, they'll go up there on the backside of the moon, they'll find Amelia Earhart's plane and Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Oh, Elvis is up there too.
What's that girl that what's that girl that disappeared? Oh no, they did find her. She was there. I was going to start to say that woman, that girl they won't let go of on the grocery rags, but I guess they did find her.
One that their mother and father got killed.
No, they kept trying to claim the parents killed her, but they you know.
Oh, Joan Benet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just can't let that go. And then, of course, they also can't let JFK conspiracies go.
Yeah, well, they kept on till the woman, the mama died.
It's like we can't come up with any new stories to run JFK conspiracies or John Bonet conspiracies.
Well, the son, he got rich. He got a lawsuit against one of the TV stations and got millions of dollars. Come ahead. I'd say again there, 15-4.
We out here in this audio slinging.
Yeah, Roger's talking. He got somebody out there trying to throw a little key out there. But, yeah, you came on in there. I just didn't recognize it was you at first there, but I got you. 15-4 in the audio swinging Mobile. I got you up here near Moss Corner. I'm reading the mail.
Yes, that's right. I appreciate it, 21. We back quiet. We had to go get some popcorn. That's where we going.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, man, we'll get that popcorn and come on back and enjoy the show. And I'm back out. That's your buddy.
Either that or I hope that in the White Dog mobile. You remember I was trying to meet it with White Dog that one day. We kept thinking it was the carrier and it was White Dog's microphone had died.
Yeah, Roger on that there, yeah. Up and down there. But anyway, I gotta run inside and give me throat lozenge. I'll be right back.
I hate to tell you that you
And Roger.
get that same signal tomorrow. I'm gonna key up on him.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Beagle's bringing me her toy stash. She brought me to Rawhide and I was too busy talking on the CB to place, and now she's bringing me her stuffed animals. Usually when she does that, within an hour or two, there'll be like all these stuffed animals at my feet and all her little dog toys.
Well, this one won't work. Maybe I'll try the next one.
Yeah, different times I've been watching a movie on Netflix or something, and I'd finally get up to go, finish the movie, and I'd look down, and there'd be like 4 or 5 stuffed animals at my feet.
Yeah, 10-4, crazy man. Need to get something bigger than that.
Here's the one he just brought me.
Yeah, it's a squeaky toy. He's got you the squeaky toy there, Roger.
Yeah, she just brought it to me. It's one of those that's it's the hollow one, and you stuff like a plastic bottle up inside of it.
10-4.
I bet if I go get her brand new Rawhide, that'll pacify her. She'll start chewing on that thing, and she'll be good for 20 or 30 minutes.
Right. She have trouble getting up and down the steps?
No, not at all. She's she's middle aged. She can still do that.
10-4. Be right back. I gotta get a throat lozenge there.
Okay.
Somebody's got jealous, couldn't do it.
Skip trying to come in now.
Well, it's been about this time when the skip would start coming in at night. Start hearing Missouri and Arkansas and all that.
Come on, Skipland.
You daggone faggot. Go ahead and key up out there like that. When you sign off, you go over there 45 there. That's the same signal. Right.
Keep it G-rated. We got the video gates going.
PG-13.
Yeah, Disney Channel.
Hey, them kids that go to work for Disney, a lot of times they don't really turn out a whole pretty too well there. They end up going down a bad road.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of them do that. Not just, Disney kids. There's a lot of them that kids, it's their teens, they're fine. They seem to be finding their teens and they hit their 20s, and here comes the drugs, and then they get all screwed up.
Yeah, that just means they didn't have to work hard enough, and they need to work a little bit harder,
Well, yeah, there's plenty of poorer ones and average incomes that wind up wasted on drugs too, unfortunately.
Big 10-4 on that, man. There's a lot of bad stuff going around, that's for sure. Build a wall.
I know when I was in my 20s, trying to date and stuff, it was hard to find a girl that didn't have to have a cigarette in one hand and an alcoholic drink in the other, and maybe pills, in the bathroom, popping pills in the bathroom.
And it's just gotten worse over the generations. I'll tell you what, a lot of my friends, a lot of the old people that I know, they just really did not go down a good road at all.
Hey, man, Ranger.
Yeah, you're real weak, 21.
Okay, I'm in the Mobile.
Okay, yeah, I got about a little over a half pound on you.
Okay, well, anyway, I got my Mobile now. Just wanted to let you know there. Am I getting out there? Come on.
Yeah, you up to a 5 now.
Yeah, Roger. I just want to get a microphone check there. How's the microphone sound?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Roger. That's that little cheap $13.99 mic there with the blue light on it there. I told a saw blade that wrote that email that he better watch out there with that blue light there. They might get the highway patrol might pull him over if he gets that thing keyed up there, right?
The one you had for a little while was kind of bassy. That was not so bassy. I don't know what you had when you first a week or a month or two back. You had one that was real bassy.
Yeah, that's that Cobra Desk mic, the C72 with a compression circuit on it, that metal Cobra mic there. That's a nice mic there. It's not that plastic one with the stupid AAA batteries inside of it.
Yeah, what was that? That 7-volt battery they used to have in some of those CB mics.
Yeah, no, listen here, that one, I've got one of them. It came out whenever the Cobra, let's see, 89, 98, 140, I don't remember which one it is now. I don't remember, but about sometime around when the Cobra 142 was out, and it's plastic, and it's ugly, and it's got like 3 AAA batteries in it in the bottom.
I've only had one hand power mic. Was it the Cobra M75, the one that's got a 9-volt battery? But I think I sold it. I had a radio on eBay that I sold it and just let it go because I wasn't using it.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about this was a bass mic that Cobra had. The one that I had in here was the metal one that was the more expensive one that had the compression circuit in it, had a 9-volt battery in it, and it had let's see, what else? I don't know, but it's a newer, there was one that came out with the Cobra 2000 there. But this mic here has a 9-volt battery. I've got the Turner Plus 2 with the 7.5-volt battery in it, and then I have a Turner Plus 3B with a 7.5-volt battery in it there, but I haven't used it in a while. But they got those batteries on eBay. It's for a dog collar. They're only like about $4 or $5 a piece, and it's hard to get them. And if you try to get the ones that Duracell makes.
Well, that 9-volt battery in that M75, I thought that was a good choice. The sound of that mic was just okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But the fact they put a 9-volt battery in there, just easy to replace.
Yeah, I don't know what M75 is. I don't know who made that.
Well, it had Cobra's name on it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay, I'll have to look it up there. All right, well, all right, I'll be standing by. Where'd you go, crazy man?
I'm still here.
I was going right by over there around your place there.
Where you are?
Yeah, I'm in the mobile right now.
Yeah, I hear you in the mobile. Where you headed?
Well, I wanted to go to see Mr. Key down there.
He chicken shit. That's all it is. He can't man up and say who it is. He keep playing his games.
Yeah, okay, I'll stand by.
What then? You over there get my eyes, get cataracts on my eyes out. The doctor said when he come in there, when he take them out, just take 2 weeks to do it. My sister's doing the same thing too. Both of us going in on the 25th. insurance that I covered.
I'm debating on whether to get mine zapped again. I had LASIK back in 2000 and it helped a lot, but now I've got some astigmatism again.
I know you, right? My blinds are back from my right eye. The lady up there the one that found out when she got my number there. Everything about me, about my insurance, and got my social security number and all that. And she's okay. You show up around 25th, you do some filling out paperwork, and after that, I think 2 or 3 days after that, we can go in. I hope anyway. I'd be glad to get rid of this doggone blindness.
I sure was glad when I had LASIK. My vision had gotten so bad at one point I couldn't even read the license plate on the car in front of me at a stoplight.
It's like I come out from 21's house and it's now close dark. Shoot, I can't tell how close that car is up in front of me. I thought he was up close to me, but he wasn't.
Yeah, I had 20/20 vision when I was, a teenager in early 20s, but boy, in my 30s, I was like, I sat there at that stoplight trying to read that license plate. I said, I got to do something about this.
The lady's up there doing all that therapy on me, doing all that checking my eyes and all. She said, you can't see that, man. No, ma'am, I can't see it. You go up, close your eye, put something over your eye and check it again. She said, oh boy, that shot. Miss, I know, I told you that. That's my right eye. When you do take cataracts, we're gonna let him work on the right eye first.
I was hoping we were going to get Maverick in here. I was going to want to. He sent me an email a while back about something, and unfortunately, the mail server, the spam filter on the mail server blocked it, and I wanted to tell him I removed the spam filters on his domain so he could hopefully send that email again.
I know you, right? What was that putting that carrier on his wall, bro? It must got that cold. The truck couldn't handle that going cold air, and it must have took off and get warm.
Well, maybe they reached wherever they were getting to, or either that, or maybe it was somebody trying to break in and their mic wasn't working.
No, it wasn't that. That's signal bouncing going back and forth around as he's driving.
Where'd you go, Eliminator? You still in there?
Yeah, I'm just watching a thing on my phone about this guy shooting iron skillets to see how many that he can go through.
You and Sawblade, pick it up. I need to go downstairs for a minute.
Oh. 10-4. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in here, but we'll be in here for a little bit, and we'll watching a couple of these old videos, listening to y'all, and they're talking about the dark side of the moon. I thought that was a song, but hey, what do I know?
Damn, the pork chop's looking good. I'm not really got to start buying up my damn pork chops now again. Fix me some good ones too. We're 44 and only one fighting over sometime. You tell my neighbor's cooking, she can't cook rice at all. She can cook rice. They like you get lots in it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. She must got how to cook rice in the steamer. She don't let it sit in it long enough.
Well, the wife, she cooked us up something tonight. I don't know, I can't even tell you what it was. I'm calling them tacos, but it had different stuff than tacos in it. Right? It had hamburger and it had some beef in there and some onions and peppers and cheese on it. It was pretty good.
That was sauteed steak and onions and sauteed peppers on a taco bun. I just had regular taco meat hamburger and taco sauce. Dad had to hook up.
Oh no.
You could have.
Yeah, I know, but I know you can't handle that taco meat, so I left you to steak.
Oh, I can handle it. I take an anti-acid pill every day. Most of the time, it don't bother me.
I never had me a juicy steak. I ain't had one of them things for so damn long. It ain't funny. It got no teeth. So as I get the steak, take what I want out, I put some of that tenderizer on it. And let it sit around overnight. And next day I cook it up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go get you some T-bone steak, crazy man.
I got the money. No problem with that. I can go to the store and buy anything I want. Trouble about it, it's hard to find that good steak.
Boy, cook that thing on the grill with that charcoal. Oh, man. Can't beat it.
I got no grill. He got one outside, and that rascal burn off to heck. I'd be scared to cook anything in that grill. Just burnt my porch down one afternoon. He's so doggone far out of it, I don't think he knew where he was. Just set the damn corner porch on fire. I looked out the door there in the late afternoon. I seen something smoking. I seen fire coming out of the grill. I hollered at him, hey, you got something on that grill? No, he got nothing on that grill. But he got something on it, the damn thing catching the porch on fire. He took off that door. Went pick up that lid off that grill, shoot the fire shot right out of there. One piece of damn sausage. He fell back up against the top of the rail, the back side of it, and all that grease coming off of it. Shooting down on it, down that grill after shoot. You stand looking, no, I ain't ate none of that. Shoot, that rascal be hard as that break out there. Oh, there we go again.
Hey, Night Ranger.
Yeah, somebody said they can hear us in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, no, hello. And St. Paul, Minnesota there. I don't know. Hey, Night Ranger, Paul Williams said hello.
Well, hello, Paul Williams.
So where did they tell you that at there, crazy man? Night Ranger?
Crazy Ranger, Nightman. It's, Justin just put that on my YouTube feed.
10-4.
There's that solid music again.
All right, Justin, we'll give you a window if you want to try to come in. If you make it back, we'll listen for you. See if we got any conditions back the other way. Night Ranger around Charleston, South Carolina.
Who you said that was out there? You heard us over here talking?
Hello.
I'm not hearing anything. Can you hear him? 21.
No, I can't.
You're getting bad.
I can't hear him. I can hear Crazy Man.
Yeah, I'll fire up the Kenwood, put it on the horizontal antenna towards Minnesota, and see if I can hear him on that.
10-4. Did 15-4 get the popcorn?
We got it. We ain't got back to the Ponderosa yet, but we got popcorn.
Now, did you get the kind that was already popped, or you got to pop it?
I gotta pop it.
10-4.
No, Papa, don't better get it all done. Don't you be going like it's hard yet.
Yeah, I got enough for everybody. For 21, Crazy Man, Night Ranger.
I can't eat popcorn. Ain't got no teeth.
You just have to let it soak a while, that's all.
I got one standing, the rest of them on the right side of that daggone tooth on the bottom. more chewing on some kind of hard meat or something like that, and they go to a part of us, keep cracking loose. So no, I got to hurry up and get them damn things straight. I got to save up around $800, save it up and go down at I think it's me Mountain and Rivers there, over the board.
That's crazy. All you got to do is just let it soak a while. You just can't bite down to it. You got to let it soak a while.
They don't do that. There's a stooge thing. It tastes like no popcorn.
Well, if you put enough butter on it, hey, that's all you need.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Getting enough butter on it is bypass my rotten teeth, then it goes down my taste buds. That'd be good.
You got that right. All right, mighty fine. We back this mobile down. We almost at the Ponderosa. I'm clearing out.
Yeah, that mobile sounding good.
Hey, right, we appreciate it. I'm glad to get bigger talking to you a little bit anyway.
Oh.
Well, you get finished cooking, I believe I'll be in bed there. I got babysitting around 25 minutes to 11 in the morning. I got to be over there. Then it'd be ought to drink 4 cups of coffee before I get over there.
Okay. My grandson had spent the night last night, and they just came and got him there, so I won't have anybody in there tomorrow, so I can sleep till about 10 o'clock. But have you heard anything about the rain coming yet? I know it's 30%, but it didn't even rain today. And it's nice outside right now. It's probably going to rain because it's warming up a little bit. I need to get out there and do a little more work on that utility trailer. I got a lot done today.
But you did.
I didn't get out there. I just started messing with it about 2 o'clock, and I came in about 4:30. And, back was bothering me the last couple of days after doing all that stuff that I did at Work 20 there. So, but it's cold too, so I just came on in, and I got the expanded metal put on the drop tailgate there and welded that all the way around. And I'm using old bed frame angle iron to cap it off with. I finally found something I can use it for.
Well, I hear you. Yeah, it's 49 and takes, feel like it's 47.
Yeah, that mower junkie's up there, and I forget what part of South Carolina he's in there. He said it's raining up there, and let's see. Butterbean, he's up there in North Carolina. It's 33 degrees, and it's raining, and he's waiting on the ice.
I'm over. I know there's a guy that whole lot of pink up that way. Boy, got a whole lot of pink going up there towards Columbia, South Carolina, up in Washington, D.C. and all that.
Yeah, mower junkies up there in the Midlands there. I was born up there in Union, South Carolina. Got a friend in Whitmire, which we lived on Whitmire Highway when I was born there at Wallace Thompson Hospital. And he's a soggy bottom soldier up that way, Joey Johnson. Sometimes he stops by, and so maybe we can get him on there. Maybe that mower junkie might have heard him up. I don't know how far he is from Whitmire, but who knows? Used to be Dr. Payne up there near Columbia. Used to talk to him. Don't hear him anymore.
How about a crazy man? How about a crazy man?
Hey, it's 5 degrees up there in Sandy Creek, so New York.
You got me a big old chicken. I'll bring it to you, tenfold. I hear you there. Where you at? You coming over here this time of night? Yeah, 42. I'm driving around everywhere, delivering chickens everywhere. I got some rotisserie chickens. I'm going to bring you a rotisserie chicken. Then I'm going to go over to 21's and bring him a rotisserie chicken. Then I'm going to go over to where, what's his name used to live at. He passed away now. So, I got a lot of chickens here in the damn car, and I got them loaded down, tenfold. I thought I heard you out there. You were one of them to keep right up on you, wait you out. And Mrs. Damn. Yeah, maybe somebody just like coming over to give them chickens. You hear that, 21?
10-4, yeah, I tell you what there. I sure hope he's keeping them warm, and, cause, I know you don't like no cold, juicy rotisserie chickens. I think he's made something he told me about that he was gonna make. It's something like a styrofoam, box, like, with no lid on it, and it's not real tall, and it's enough he can set 3 rotisserie chickens side by side, and then what he does, he puts them in the driver's seat and sits on them and keeps them warm.
Oh, no. Yeah, looking at my radar phone right here on my cell phone. Ooh, it ain't too far from us. Up I-26, going up I-26, way past 95. I think it's going left through. We might get some of that pink doggone snow. You never know. Got rain all mixed in it. Oh, well, if it do it, we don't. It's still got 30% chance of rain though tomorrow.
Hey, Roger, well, if it got the 30% we had today and we didn't get any here, it was pretty nice here today. It's warming up, you know, since earlier, and that's why that I think it might, if it's going to rain, that's the way it does around here. It'll warm up and then rain and turn cold, you know, and so it's already rained the other day, and I tell you what, we sure don't need any more rain. That lot of the very front way up there at the corner, that thing is a swamp. They was going to try to put a septic tank up there, but I guarantee you, I don't see how they can do it unless they build that thing up about 3 foot high.
You got that right. Yeah, tomorrow, Sunday got sunshine, about the cloud is 60 degrees. I don't think we get no snow or rain.
Yeah, I needed to hang on one more day so I can get out there and try to finish that tailgate, and I want to start on the trailer lights. I just didn't feel like it tonight there because I got to crawl up underneath there and do some stuff. But anyway, I got it figured out this time. Instead of running one set of wires all the way down one side, I'm running 2 sets all the way, one set down one side and 1 set down the other side. I'm not using the trailer as a ground. Everything gets its own ground wire. That way I don't have to worry about corrosion messing with the ground wire, you know.
14.
That's what I did on my truck. It had that wire going up there to the frame, and you know, when that flood came, I had the back of my truck in the water, had the front end up about 3 foot high up on a loading dock, but the back end was being bathed for hours in salt water, and that's whenever the trailer lights went out, you know, because that ground connection got corroded. It didn't look bad, but I know that's what it was, so I cut that off and I ran it straight from the battery connection that I got in the back ground, the battery ground in the back, so there's no way it can get corroded up there. I got it up above, up in the top of the truck.
Yeah, poor thing. The 987 said he called me. It don't show it on my phone where he called me.
You want me to call you? I'll call you Crazy Man.
Yeah, call him near number 3 in the circle. Number 3 in the circle. Give Crazy Man a double L. Double L.
Yeah, that's 10-4. Let me open up my damn phone. See, I'll get it.
He's been in the trunk.
Find it. I gotta find it. Crazy Man. Crazy Man. 10-12. I'll find him on the phone.
10-4.
He's real close. The radio at his house doesn't never get this strong.
Crazy Man, I tell you what, I've been eating some chickens today. Been eating a lot of rotisserie chickens, and I feel good. As my signal strong. Hey, I tell you what, Crazy Man, you go to Sam's Wholesale. Or if you don't go, then you ask me to go to Sam's.
Well, I think I'm going to get up out of here and call it a night. So, I'm going to catch y'all later. The old 540 over here in the corner. I'm going to wave a hand, say goodnight.
Alright, Illuminator, you have a good night, and take him easy.
Mr. T, catch you later, Bo. Where's Jordan? Catch you later on. You have a good day tomorrow. Hope you do anyway. We catch you later. You call me crazy. We're back out.
All right, Eliminator, enjoyed it. We'll catch you up with you later.
All right, Mr. T, 21 over here. We're waving. We're back out.
Good evening to you. We do it again, no doubt about it. Eliminator 15-4 in this end.
Hey, 15 boy, we heard that, no doubt about it. Catch y'all later. We're going.
All right, we can talk about him now.
You don't care as long as you're good.
How about that, number 3 in the circle? Number 3 in the circle, break.
Yeah, I just called the crazy man on my telephone number I had on the cell phone, and some other guy.
He's been in the trunk.
I said, hey, crazy man, how's it going? And he said, huh? Who are you? What are you calling this number for? So crazy man's number has been changed.
Crazy man's number's been changed, okay? Let me get my phone out. Let me get my phone out right now. What number did you get so I won't call that? Let me check. Let me call you so you can tell me what number you called.
I told him when you called today. It's about after 7 o'clock. And it's wrong again.
And it's on my cell phone here.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened between the time that I called you and now. You know, they could have messed up that phone or something. Somebody might have went in your phone and you didn't know it. They could have, you know, when you had that phone next door, it could have had like a time limit on it to where that a certain date that it went changing up numbers and all that. Sometimes that happens. I had a phone like that one time. I was talking on it one time, and then I did stop talking for a second to try to listen, and there was somebody else on there talking to me. I didn't know who they were.
Now see, now what you need to do is call 8675309 and ask for Jenny.
Oh, no, I ain't got nobody Jenny over here. Pretty name, though. Yeah, my phone, she ain't messing my phone since Wednesday. My phone been right. When Janet come over here and straightened it all out and said, don't let that drunk woman do that anymore.
Yeah, Roger, yeah, but that's somebody calling. When you've been calling people, see, it's different when they're calling you there. You know what your number is when you're calling, like if you're calling me, you know what my number is, but when you got something wrong with your phone, we don't know what your number is.
My phone never been changed. I had that phone since over there in Del Valle. That's a long time.
I guarantee you had a lot of different phone numbers there, different ones there, because you had a phone that was with that Red Devil and Mrs. Devil, and then they got mad, and then you got another phone, and you got another phone there.
Same number.
But no matter what number you get, Sarah at Consumer Services will find you and ask you about your current credit card account.
I cussed them out.
76. The last two numbers were 76. Well, I dialed that telephone number, and it was some different guy. And he said, you know, no crazy man here.
Got no 76 on my phone.
Well, you used to, because I got your name on my flip phone, and it has your name on it, and it has 76. So let me look at it again.
You got to get the number right, or you crazy man help him with it, because he got those chickens. I wanted one. He said he gonna bring me one. Now he gonna mess me up now. Where'd you go, crazy man?
I'm from my damn glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, roll crazy man. I got 76 on your,
Hey, Saw Blaze, stepping outside to smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Okay. My last phone number is 391.
Get it all straightened out. Let me see. Here's another guy. See who this is up here. Let's see. 76 there. And that guy said, I'm not crazy, man. So I said, I'm sorry, I apologize, and no harm done.
That's the old number I used to have there, roundabout. That's my old one I lived over in Del Valley. Mine's last four digits is 3911.
Well, I don't have that one.
Be careful that your little buddy will be calling you.
That son of a bitch called me a cuss if that can wait there. He's at me go there whip his ass. By myself, neighbor.
You know, the worst, the absolute worst wrong number I ever got was somebody called me at 1 or 2 in the morning, and the guy was completely sincere. He had the wrong number, and he had the right first name, and I'm all groggy and everything, and he told me that my father had a heart attack and died on the way to the hospital. He was dead serious, and he kept telling me his, you know, what his name was. He was Uncle's whatever it was, and I was like, what? And of course I'm groggy anyway. And I found like, who is this? This is Uncle so-and-so. I mean, the guy was dead serious. I said, who do you think you're talking to? And he called the right first name and then the wrong last name. And I said, you have the wrong number.
On the way to heaven. I know doggone them damn Mexican women's calling my phone number last I called her. I said, who is it? And she told me, and I said, well, I hate to break it to you. I ain't the person you calling. What it look like, the brown, white, pink, or what? He's the brown. I said, well, I don't know anybody got brown skin. When it went across the street, they don't need the damn number.
I had this black woman call me. This is a true story. This black woman called me one time, and she asked to speak to some guy. And I said, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. And she said, no, I don't. I said, did you just ask to speak to whoever, what the name was, you know? And she said, yeah. I said, then you have the wrong number. She said, no, I don't, but that's all right. I'll be right down. Well, I knew that people used to call this bar, and they would try to call this bar and they'd get me instead. You know, like the last 4 digits were the same, but the first 3 were different. So I figured that's what she was doing, calling that bar. I said, all right, you're right. You do have the right number. He's with another woman, and he said if you come down there, he's going to slap your big black ass down, and then I hung up.
Oh, no.
I had, when I was on James Island, I had one of those recorders, like Crazy Man calls it a cordon machine, a cordon. And, it's an answering service thing, and, so this lady kept calling, man, kept calling all the time. And, that particular day, I wasn't there, and she left a message on there. So I called her back. I said, look, you've been calling my house and calling my house. I told you you had the wrong number. I haven't called your house. I said, okay, I've got you right here on this answering machine. Let me play it back for you. So I played it back, and she says, you better stop recording me. You stop recording. I said, man, lady, you're the one that recorded it yourself. It's an answering machine.
Yeah, some people are just dumb beyond belief. I mean, I've had, I remember when somebody called and asked to speak to my wife. They said, may I speak to you, basically Mrs. Night Ranger, May I speak to Mrs. Night Ranger? Of course, I'm not married. And I said, no. And they said, well, is she there right now? And I said, no. And they said, do you know when she'll be back? I said, no.
Oh, so they're calling for Mrs. Night Ranger?
Yeah, they're calling for Mrs. Night Ranger.
I'm waiting for them to call Mrs. Dirty Diaper.
That'd be a diaper.
I heard they got one on Facebook. This guy, the other night you might have heard him in there. He was from Massachusetts. He said, hey, you sound different. I said, well, I'm on a different radio. I said, different radio tonight. They was trying another radio. And, so-and-so and all like that, talking to me. And he says, well, I got you on Facebook. And I said, well, I don't have my CB handle on there. And, oh, yeah, you do. I said, I do not. Anyway, so come to find out, he said it's some guy's name and then Dirty Diaper. I said, well, I've never heard him. I said, if I did, I'd key on him. And I said, I've never heard of him. I said, it's mighty funny. I got like 600 videos on YouTube, and you Google Dirty Diaper 21 and you get me. So I don't know what to tell you, you know.
Yeah, that's right. If I've been close to him, I believe I'd make him change his mind.
I had some guy, I had Sear Siding, they used to call me and they'd say, may I speak to the homeowner? And I said he moved.
I know there used to be a Dirty Diaper in Rock Hill, you said, and I heard one out in Skipland one time, and then there was one that I know that was using that handle, you know, but it doesn't matter, But anyway, it's I figured, why do they want to do that? Because it started out just as a joke, as whatever when I did it as a joke, but then I found out that people liked it. And it's kind of like out in Skipland, you know, they said, well, this is, let's see, any kind of some other handle, you know, like Strongman or Big Antenna or something like that. They'd probably forget that, but they would, it was a self-deprecating type thing, and they would laugh, so they'd remember it. And I've had them like, I had talked to them like 6 or 8 years ago. Oh, I remember talking to you about 6 or 8 years ago, Dirty Diaper. Hey, you been doing? See, they remember that handle.
Yep. Yeah, back around 1976, there was a Dirty Diaper, and there was also a Diaper Wiper in Rock Hill. About the same time, Dirty Diaper and Diaper Wiper.
He must have to wipe his ass all the time, man.
No, it's two completely different people, but yeah, those handles were around. They only were on the air for a year or two, and then they disappeared.
Well, one reason I thought about it is because I had a real good friend on James Island. He was on the older group back in the day. He was back in there when there was a guy that used to be on the radio called Recon Ranger. I'm not going to say who he is, but back in that time, I had just got on there whenever Recon Ranger was kind of getting out of town, you know. But I did hear him in there some. But I was just getting on the radio then in South Carolina because I'd been in Georgia, and I just had a mobile at the time in Georgia. But anyway, his handle was Dirty Britches, and he got cancer, and he died. And his wife called me and said that when before he died, he wanted me to get his amplifier. He had a 2-piece Palomar. I still got it, and I don't use it, but and so I said, okay, so I went over there and bought it from him, bought it from her. I didn't pay a whole lot for it. I don't remember, maybe $100 maybe, and I used it for years and years. And Big Bucket rebuilt he made a new printed circuit board for the thing, because those amplifiers are famous for burning holes in the printed circuit board and a bunch of other problems they had, but it's been straightened out pretty good. But anyway, that's why I kind of went with that handle. Just kind of didn't want to steal his handle because he was dead.
Yeah, was that the Skipper or was that the 300A? Or I think this is the only 2 pieces I know of that they made.
Yeah, the 300A.
Yeah, I had one of those around 1985. When it was working, it was kick butt, but it kept having to replace the transistors for the keying circuit.
I know, they'll go bad in a heartbeat. No, I've got the Skipper 300. It's a single piece. It's got the 8950s in it.
Yeah, they look similar from the front. I don't know if it's got the chrome top or not. You know, there's several versions. One's got the black top, one's got the chrome top. Yeah, there's one right now in Rock Hill for like $250 on a 300A with the chrome top. For like $250 on Craigslist in Rock Hill right now.
Did you see that one that I think it was on there that was black front? That's a pretty one.
I saw the one that the guy is trying to sell and he doesn't have the power supply, and somebody wants $200 for it, and whoever buys it's going to be very unhappy when they find out it won't work without the external power supply.
Oh yeah, that was the one with the black front there. That was the pretty one. The one I've got like 3 or 4 of those things, and they're blue in the front. Then I got that 90 Palomar 90A. It looks like the 300A, but it's got the slide switches, or maybe like We call them Crazy Man mash buttons. It's got the mash buttons on the front there and some switches. It's black plastic.
Yeah, that Cobra 21 I got in my truck, I think got buttons.
A Cobra 21 in your truck?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that.
I had the that 300A. Boy, would that thing get hot? That thing, they didn't have the adequate ventilation. That thing gets so hot, I'd see the insulation start peeling off some of the wires like a peeling off a banana.
Yeah, they get hot now. That's one thing. That fan is a crappy little fan in there. It needs like a muffin fan, you know, and boy, when those things get noisy, they tap, 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 you know, they can put all the oil you want to in there, but they bounce back and forth. It's not turning, it's bouncing back and forth, and this thing's shocking me. I got my arm over here on the table, metal thing I made, and I've got this D104 and it's trying to shock my wrist, so I got to ground this radio.
Yes, 10-4. How's my modulation tonight? How's my modulation come on? This is roundabout number 3.
Go back to him, Crazy Man.
And about too late, bring me no chicken over here. No, this time of night, dude, you better take both of them to 21. Cause my behind going to bed. My falling asleep. It's my head on this damn deal for.
Yeah, 10-4. I'll bring you over some chickens there, Crazy Man. Crazy Man, you need some chickens. I mean, you're probably about 53 years old by now. So you need some chickens to keep your damn protein up. You gotta keep your stamina up. So you can get on the radio and talk everything. Okay?
You got to give to somebody out there, cause my ass ain't getting back up when I go to bed. I'm tired now. I catch y'all later at 21. Soul Blade. 15-4. 21. Catch y'all later. Want to go 10-7.
You missed Night Ranger.
What you call it? You couldn't remember that. What you call it? You couldn't remember. Rangers never got you all confused out there. All right, there's Night Ranger. Catch you later, bud.
All right, Crazy Man, take care. We'll talk to you later.
See you later, Crazy Man.
Oh, catch you later.
Yeah, Crazy Man, you didn't say goodnight to me. You better say goodnight to number 3. Come on.
I don't call number 3 out there. He's bad news. Anyway, I say goodnight there. I'll catch you later. Me and my dripping nose over here feel like a damn spigot still dripping. All right, catch you, all of y'all. Say goodnight to you. God bless all of y'all out there. Talk to you sometime tomorrow. Good Lord willing, the grease don't rise. We'll be 10-7.
Crazy Man, hang on just a second there. I want to play something for you.
I don't know what. Johnny Cash. Thank you very much. I ain't played Johnny Cash in a long time up on my TV I got over here. And get you come over one a little bit warmer and let you listen to it. Boy, you say, great God Almighty, turn that damn thing down. It's good ringing these ears. Man, good night, man. Good night. Get up early in the morning now so you can be up and wake up 21 so y'all can get that stuff straight for 987.
Yeah, Crazy Man, I'm going to call you about, I guess I'll get up, the first time I'll get up's about 4, between 4 and 4:15, and I'll wait to call you when I'm about to get back, go back to bed and get up about 6 o'clock. I'll call you, and then make sure you're up and everything. You should have your coffee ready by then, and then 987 will probably call you, and then we'll come on over there about 8 o'clock. All right, I'm back out.
See, what you do is you call him at 3 in the morning, and when he answers the phone, you're going, "What are you doing still up?"
Yeah, 10-4, Crazy Man. Crazy Man, what is your new telephone number? Because I got your old telephone number. This telephone number took me to some kind of weirdo. He said, what the heck What the heck you want? Crazy man, I'm not no crazy man. So, crazy man, you gotta give me a new telephone number. Okay, I'm number 3, I'm back out.
I can put you across that damn radio or something, I get it. Oh no, you will drive me crazy. Then I have the police on you behind. Alright then. You might have to call me doing the, no, you can't call me. You gotta call someone you want, he give it to you. On his phone, not on the air though. That mean I can't.
Alright, I'll try to get the number to him. You could call him. You could call him right now and give it to him that way, because you know your number. You know your number. He don't know it. But anyway, okay.
See, he's never going to get to bed because you won't stop talking to him.
See you later, crazy man. You didn't stay long enough for me to say goodnight.
No, but I like my idea. You call him up at 3 in the morning, and when he answers the phone, you say, "What are you still doing up?"
Yeah. Glad to end the stream there, because I bumped something again and that camera went out, and I'm going to get that straightened out.
The old fat finger 21 over there.
It might have been my foot. And my daughter gave me like a GoPro camera. You can put it underwater and everything, you know what I'm talking about. And I might try that thing out and see how that works.
Yeah, I can tell your video feed ended because the number of people watching my video just doubled.
Well,
Since 21's having technical difficulties, they switched the channel.
10-4. Well, that's okay. That's okay there. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to get my mobile in there so I could hear how it sounded with that mic, that $13.99 mic. And the roundabout had one that's got one on his mobile, and I liked it. And for $13.99, shoot, man, that's good enough until I get, want to get my 575 M6 back. I got 3 of them. I got to get them out and check them out and get new batteries in them. I want to start using them. Well, something happened to the Palomar, and I worked on it. I'm going to get it working too. I'm going to get it working. I put a battery in it, and I think it's the mic connector on the end or something. I don't know, but that's just about the time that I had to go in the hospital, and I just hadn't messed with it since. That's right. I'm gonna get it and get it going too there. I need somebody to help me do what I gotta do around here. Keep getting these radios and spending my time messing with them, you know. I got my project out there, my utility trailer that I've been working on rebuilding it after it burned up. Just about got it now. That's right. Somebody said, well, you could have bought another one for what you did now. Well, maybe I could have, but I already had that one already. I got it better than what it was when I bought it now. Especially the wiring on it. It's going to be bulletproof. I'll have it where you could cut one side completely off of it and it still have lights on it. That's pretty solid there.
Roundabout, and I'm locking it down.
Lock it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock it down.
You ought to be able to hear that 15-4 pretty good from over there where you at there on number 3 in the tree.
Yeah, I think I got about 30 on it.
That's how I am over here with red light and saw blade.
10-4. How about Sundance?
No, he's only about a 5 or 6. But he's only got, what, a magnetic mount antenna sitting on top of his radio? Yeah, I'm having a little trouble understanding you. Your audio is kind of breaking up. It's doing something. I'm not. I can make you out. I mean, I can understand it, but something's not right. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's breaking up. It's breaking up.
I want to go to Bilo tomorrow and see if they still got those hams they had on sale. Cutting picking things at $34-something for those spiral sliced hams, 13 to $15. I said, man, I'm gonna get another one because we had one of them for Christmas, and boy, they were good because I put it on the grill and smoked it for about 2 hours. It's already done, you know. Stuck pineapple slices in between the slices, and they come with a pecan glaze, and I mixed that with the ham juice that was in the bottom. And I tell you, man, that thing was so good. Had that smoke taste to it.
Oh, I love spiral cut, especially a honey baked spiral cut ham. You know, when everybody else is complaining about leftovers, I'm still gobbling that up. I love that spiral cut honey baked ham.
Oh yeah, and it seemed like when it stays in the refrigerator a little bit, you know, about 3 or 4 days or maybe even a week, it gets even better.
Man, Thanksgiving rolls around. I like turkey, but I'd rather have that spiral cut honey glazed ham than the turkey. Yeah, buddy. Even the next day, take some of it, and make a sandwich and put it in the microwave and warm it up and get it all juicy.
Oh man, a ham sandwich, you can't beat that.
Oh yeah, that tasty. That's even better than the regular sliced ham you get at the grocery store. You know, like Oscar Mayer stuff. That's as good as it gets for a ham sandwich.
In full.
All right, Night Ranger, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. What I was going to ask you was, when you was talking about that Cockney accent, is that Cockney, is that the accent that my fair lady had, Audrey Hepburn?
I haven't seen that movie since the 70s. It might be, but it's been forever since I've seen that movie.
Is that right? I was just wondering about that. Okay, mighty fine.
Yeah, there's the regular English accent. You know, if you listen to some of the United Kingdom, they talk like this. But the Cockney accent, it's really thick, it's more like that. And I'm probably not even doing it right, but it's a much thicker accent. It's like city south versus extreme country south.
That's right. That's what Rex Harrison was the doctor trying to help her out with. I think that probably was it.
Yeah, I was listening to this SDR receiver on the internet located over in London. And there's this girl that talks over there on their CB radio. She goes by Fluffy Blanket. And she's got the typical London accent like this. And she was talking to someone with that thick Cockney accent. And even she was having trouble understanding them. And she's native to the United Kingdom, to London.
That's right. When you were talking about how sometimes those phone calls, those wrong numbers can be irritating, one of the most irritating thing I had happen to me was some drugstore somewhere was some hospital was trying to phone in by fax prescription, and if they call in the line like they was calling me, that's not a fax, they're not going to get that tone, so they just keep calling and calling and calling.
Oh, yeah. Well, the one, now I get that stupid, we're calling in reference to your credit card account. This is Sarah at Consumer Services. I get that a gazillion times. And then I get, thank you for using Hilton Hotels, which is a bullshit, I get that. But the one that made me mad was a friend of mine, his handle was the Devil/Phoenix. He was an alcoholic, and he'd get drunk and lose track of time and call me up at 1 and 2 and 3 in the morning wanting to talk about the most stupid stuff, drunk off his butt, and I'd have to go to work. And I finally got so tired of it. This is back in the 1980s. I programmed my Commodore 64 to call him once every 30 minutes, and I left it running for 2 days.
I get the thing with the credit card too, about your credit card account, and they keep changing the number. I keep blocking the numbers, but they keep changing them.
Well, they're spoofing the number. That's not even their real number. And if you look, it's always the same area code and the same first 3 digits as your phone number, and they spoof the last 4 digits. So if you get a phone call and it's got your area code and it's got the same first 3 digits as your phone number, and then the last 4 digits, that's probably them.
Okay, all right, so they're using technology to stop people from blocking them. Okay. But that's pretty crooked.
Yeah, it is. The FTC and the FCC is trying to get after the telephone companies to put technology in place to stop that. But yeah, the number that shows up on your display when they call you isn't real. It's somebody else's number. They're faking it.
Damn right.
That's called number spoofing, I think is what they call it. But that's the key. Look at when you see that come in, you look. Most times it's your area code, and then the first 3 digits are the same as your phone number, and then the last 4 are just some randomized number.
Damn right. I'll check that out next time. It won't be long.
When I get a call on my cell phone and it's the same, area code and the same first 3 digits as my exchange, I don't answer because that's always what it is.
Damn right.
I had some bonehead in Phoenix, Arizona call me up one time and he asked to speak to somebody. I said, "I'm sorry, you have the wrong number," and I hung up, and he immediately called me back. I said, "I'm sorry, it's still the wrong number." And I hung up, and he kept calling me, and I just kept hanging up. And finally, I just wouldn't even answer him anymore. And then he left a message on my machine, and he said, "How do I know if I'm calling the wrong number until I ask you what the number is?" I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, right. We had home and Dodge on Rivers Avenue. Them jokers. I used to get all they calls. 1 digit off from my number, but that's all it took to get for people with a big finger or something. They kept calling me, and most of them would hang up because I didn't answer the phone. This is home and Dodge, so they just knew automatically they're right.
Yeah, I used to get a call for this bar called Scandals when I lived in another town. And the last 4 digits were the same, but the first 3 digits were different. And they'd get that people would occasionally, call trying to get that bar.
Yes, that's right. All right, I think I'm gonna back it down, put it in the rack. George, the chit chat when we get back, we'll do it again when we can. No doubt about it. Probably next week. Put it on y'all later. I'm clear to go.
All right, guys, enjoyed it. I'm probably going to end the video gate here. Fortunately, my power supply didn't blow up this time, but that's got that big 6 amp, 600 volt bridge rectifier in there. So if anything blows this time, it'd probably be the series pass transistor, and then my radio will toast when 25 volts flies into it. Anyway, 73's enjoyed it, everybody. Had a good time. Night Ranger closing down the video gate.
All right, there, Night Ranger and 15-4. 21 over here. We back out. I'll see you.
Night Ranger 21, everybody, Channel 12, Saw Blade, over and out.
Yeah, tell right, Saw Blade 21. Put it on you later. I'm clearing up. Yeah, Saw Blade, we're really glad to hear you back out there. I'll tell you what, you're really sounding good, man. Don't change nothing over there. I